Hello, my name is Brittney Riddick, and I am the volunteer coordinator for Girls on the Run Charlotte. I met Dr. Burks in 2002 when I was entering my freshman year of high school at the Early College at Guilford in Greensboro, North Carolina. I think Dr. Burks would make an amazing candidate for school board for Atlanta Public Schools, not just because of his experience in education and with students, but because of the human being that he is at his core. During our time at the Early College at Guilford, we were a fairly small school, but he took the time to know each and every student that came through that campus during his time there. He knew us, he knew what we were interested in, and what we were good at, and what we were needed some extra help with, and what our extracurricular interests were, what our family lives were. And I think that just really goes to show how he was interested in the whole child, not just what your test scores are or what your performance levels are. You really need to be focused on the entire child, and that whole holistic experience really goes to help children achieve more and greater things throughout their careers and their lives. And he really created and instilled lifelong learning within each of us at the early college. I think back to my days there fairly often, and I'm really grateful to have had him as such a positive influence in my life. And I can't thank him enough, and I think that any school district would be very fortunate to have him serve on their board and to strongly benefit the children of that area. One way that he inspired and encouraged me was simply by being our principal. So our school was pretty experimental in nature, in that it was the very first high school of its kind, offering North Carolina high school students a chance to earn some college credit, 2 years worth of college credit while in high school, and have those credits transfer with them as they transition to college. And so it was really cool to see someone who looked like me in an administration role in an organization at a school like my high school. And it's just really inspiring to see that, okay, well, if there's somebody that looks like me and maybe has some similar life experience to me, then that might be something that I can do and I can explore when I get to be an adult and looking at different career paths. One other way that he really encouraged me, and this is evident in my everyday life every single day, is with the choice that I made for college. So, senior year, you're going through your list of schools and you're picking out your favorites, and you have your number one school that you want to get into, and then you got your backup schools. Well, I did not get into my number one school on my list, and it was really devastating to me at the time. But Dr. Burks really helped me to work through that experience and that process, and he was helpful in writing an appeals letter for me. I thought that was really he took the time out of his everyday life to write a note for me that had details about my extracurricular activities and my classes and my interests academically. And while I still didn't get into that university, he really was instrumental in helping me to figure out what my next step was. So in life, every door is not your door. Every door does not open for you, and you have to figure out what your door is and what your path is. And you might have your heart dead set on something, and if it doesn't work out, that doesn't mean that you get to sit and pout or anything like that. You've got to figure out what your next step is to help you get to the next level. And he helped me with the appeal, and after that, he said, all right, what are you going to do now? And so, just kind of spoke with a couple of folks at school, my academic advisor, and ended up choosing UNCG. And I'm really pleased that that's where I ended up. And it was a blessing in disguise. I did everything that I wanted to do in 2.5 years there, academically and socially. I met some of the greatest friends of my life at that school. I met the man that I'm currently engaged to. And so that was life-changing, personally and professionally for me, to have ended up at UNCG and to have had Dr. Burks to shape that decision and that choice for me.